Hi friends, I'm gonna start my August setup by working on my Hobonichi Cousin. This guy is super chunky and I will have a July flip through coming for you guys soon. But today I'm gonna work on setting up August, which means I'm going to start my calendar. So I already put this on the 8th because on August 8th, I'm going to be at the Taylor Swift concert. But the rest of the days, I'm not going to fill in until they actually happen. What I am going to do for this setup here is put the word August here and maybe do some decorations in the pieces that I will not fill in. So like just to see like, here's what a completed month spread looks like for me. And then I'm going to set up my August vision board, which is going to go right here. And I've been doing these each month. So here, like for example, here's my May one. And what I do for these is I tend to go through magazines. I just kind of put on some TV and just relax and come up with some fun kind of a mood board going into the month of August of the things that I'm hoping for that month. And it's really just a fun, relaxing practice. So before I dive into working on that, I will put you guys on fast forward so you can watch that process, and I'll do a combination of music and voiceover. And then after I set this up, I'm going to go ahead and set up my craft planner and my everyday carry planner for you so you can see those as well. And I will put timestamps down below if you are interested in only watching some of the different setups for the month. But before I dive into setting this up, I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of what I pull from. So I used to be a pretty big magazine reader back in the day, and I stopped kind of collecting them a few years ago. They were just piling up. I wasn't using them. I wasn't reading them, and I wasn't really doing collage at that point in time. So I had canceled all of my subscriptions, and very recently I decided to resubscribe to some magazines, partially because I've really gotten back into the collage process and because I found a really cheap way to do it online from magazine.com. I reached out to them to become an affiliate and they were happy enough to accept me. So I have some links for you down below to sign up via magazines.com if you want to get some magazine subscriptions. They are really great because they are one place to get all the different magazines, whichever ones you want. And they do kind of lump all of those subscriptions together. So if you sign up for like Real Simple, they'll give you a discount on another magazine. So currently I am getting Real Simple, Better Homes and Gardens, Magnolia, and I'm thinking of starting a few other ones. I haven't gotten any of them yet, but I did just order Travel and Leisure and Cooking Light because I got both of those for a super great discount on magazine.com. Today, I don't have any of my new magazines with me because I was only getting a couple of them. And unfortunately, because, you know, everything is kind of in the digital age now, a lot of magazine subscriptions are quarterly rather than monthly. I think Real Simple has gone to one every 2 months rather than getting that monthly magazine. So what I did for today is I went down into the basement and I pulled out a stack of really old Real Simple magazines. I do want to point out, because someone had said something in a previous video, that my address is printed here. That's not my address. I have not lived in these places. These are old magazines. So I don't live at this place anymore. So if you want to try to track down that address, go right ahead. That's not where I live. But I did grab a huge stack of these magazines to pull from for today. I am definitely not going to go through all of these, but I just wanted to grab some out of the basement. So I had some to pull from, in addition to the new ones that will be coming in. For today though, I'm just gonna pull from this stack, which are all Real Simple magazine. This is my favorite magazine subscription, both because to read and also for creating these vision boards, because there's so much in here. It's like home and life advice and meals and everything that I just kind of gravitate towards, but that just depends on your own personality and what you're going to be looking for in a magazine if this is something that you want to do. I also keep this tray, which I picked up, I believe it was on Amazon. I will try to link for you anything that I have if I can, or something similar. But this tray I use to keep in things that I've cut out that I don't need yet. So these are like words and phrases. This one is little images. A lot of these I use for my monthly spread to fill in. Let's see back here. If we go to a monthly spread, to fill in the monthly days of what I'm doing. A lot of these are magazine cutouts. It would take way too long if every single day I sat down and flipped through a magazine looking for something that represents that day. So every time I see images in a magazine that could work for that, I will cut them out. It's also pretty hard to find images that are the right size. I also supplement it with stickers and things like that. This one right here are not magazine cutouts, but these are, I have some like little sticker sheets, and mostly these are things that I've printed off the internet. So they are like screenshots of things on Instagram and stuff that I want to include. These typically go like in my daily journal spread, so I would like adhere them down here. So I have them to pull from when I'm putting together my spreads. I will often add one just because I'm feeling it at that moment or I have some space to fill. Not really any rhyme or reason to that. This one has some like littler phrases that I was using for like planning stuff, but I'm not really using those functionally anymore. I'm not doing these in my like functional planning at this point in time. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep those like that, but that is still like a way to have some other things split out. And then over here, I have these like larger stickers. These are from Redbubble. And then some larger cutouts, things that I cut out that just don't fit on this side. In addition to that, I have this tray here, which has all of my alphabets in it. So while I'm cutting out words and images, I will also cut out really nice alphabets to create some words. And I will use something from here to write the word August, but I will also search for more to fill it in. Some of the letters are obviously harder to find than others. So whenever I see like a J or a Q that is really nice, I will cut it out because they're not very easy to find. So if you need one, you won't always be in here at the time that I need it. And then lastly, I have a stack here, and these are of larger images. So these are images, I tend to use these in here for the base of my vision board. So like here for February, I have this one that's a floral. And for March, I have this one that's like a window with some plants right here. So I find large images and I will just tear them out of the magazine or cut them out. This one, for example, is a very cozy one. I will most likely save this and use it for like November. I have some florals here, and then there's some that are like not quite as big, but they're just larger images. That one could probably fit in there. That just don't fit in here. So like here's like a working one. I could use that on a vision board, or I could like use it on a daily spread or something else. I'm not entirely sure where all of these will go, but that's what this stack is. I don't really have like an organized place for these at the moment. I have a drawer, I have some Alex drawers under my desk that have these, all of these things go in one drawer that I pull from when I'm working on something with magazines. I do plan to do a craft room cleanup and redo this fall or winter, and I will share way more about how I have everything organized at that point in time, and we'll probably redo that drawer along with everything else in my craft room. So stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and put you guys on fast forward, start digging through these, cutting some stuff out, and getting my vision board put together.
Okay, guys, I am going to do music for most of this process video and just jump in with voiceover when I have specific things to say, because I'm getting ready to go on vacation and I wanted to get this video up for you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. I didn't want to shorten it too much, but I did speed up the process because this does take a while to make these vision boards. I really, really love the process, but it's not something that you can do really quickly, or I guess maybe you can, but for me, I enjoy it being just like a slow process to go through the magazines, flip through, cut out words. I'm looking for words that are inspiring or just go to the mood and the vibes that I want for the month of August. For August, like I said, I'm traveling for most of the month. So, well, I guess about half of the month. So that's a lot of what I'm looking for. I'm also looking for images to be a background, and I'm also looking for alphas that I really like, and I am laying them out because I'm going to write the word August twice, once on my vision board and a second time on my calendar page. because the magazine cutting process is so time consuming, and because I don't want to flip through the same magazines over and over again, I tend to also cut things out that are for other projects, not what I'm working on at the specific moment. So right now I'm working on my vision board, but I'm also keeping in mind other things that I would want to cut out of magazines for other projects. For me, that's my monthly calendars in my Hobonichi Cousin and adding to my daily pages. I like to add in words or images or phrases, quotes and stuff from magazines into my daily pages as well. I tend to not use magazine cutouts in other projects outside of my Hobonichi Cousin, but that doesn't mean that I won't at some point in the future. And if that's something that you do, I just advise keeping all of that in mind when you're flipping through your magazine. So for example, I'm cutting out like the letters and things that will go into my alphabet organizer for when I want to be able to pull out alphabets to write a specific word. Okay, I took some time to go through the full page cutouts that I had. I have these not so well organized, and I think this is something that I'm going to have to redo in the future when I'm redoing my craft room later this year, which more will be coming on that soon. But for now, I'm just sorting them out. And so you can see I have full page images. I have a pile of smaller than full page images. Those tend to go in journal spreads, but they're too big to fit in my other organizer. And then I have another pile that are things that have like small icons and stuff to cut out of them that I just haven't gotten around to cutting out yet. On the bottom left, I also have the two piles of the full page images, and one of those piles are just travel related ones because I'm looking for a travel one to include as the base of this specific vision board that I'm working on right now. Once I select a base image, my first step is to adhere that down on the page along with a few other larger images that are going to be the base of my vision board. Then I'm going to flip to my calendar page and set that up. From the calendar page, pretty much what I do to set it up is just put the word of the month on the side, and then I'm going to add a little bit of washi tape just to decorate it. I will fill in the rest of the calendar as I live the month. Okay, so what I'm doing now is sorting through all of the words that I have cut out that were already in my organizer. So some of those were from different times that I flipped through magazines in the past, in addition to the ones that I pulled out of the magazine that I cut out right now. And then I'm going to work on putting together my vision board. So I started with the large word vacation at the top because, like I said, that is kind of the focus of this month. And I added happy and healthy. And then I'm going to work on putting the title, which is August. So what I'm doing for that is I'm adhering the letters onto a piece of vellum, and then I'm going to cut out around them so that there's a little bit of a border. And I believe I did this on, I think, on one of the other months, but I haven't done this every month. And at one time I backed them on like a craft cardstock. So sometimes I back it on something and sometimes I don't. But I decided I wanted to do it this month because that map background is kind of busy and darker. And I feel like this will have that word August pop a little bit more from the background. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and kind of create a stack of words along the page. And I end up doing this one that says more free time, which is like really big, and putting that in the bottom left corner because that's also a big focus of this month. After traveling, I want to just like relax and enjoy my time. I want more free time for sure in my life. And so that's just kind of like the mood of this month. Okay, so next I worked on my common planner, which is my everyday carry, and just setting up August. And unfortunately, I hate how my title page turned out. I smeared the markers. It was just a mess, but I'm just leaving it because, it doesn't really matter that much. It's just to have a divider. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to use my planner that much in August because I am traveling for most of the month. I'm setting up my craft plans. And like I said, I'm traveling for most of August, so I'm not going to be doing a ton of crafting. So I'm doing kind of a relaxed approach in here, and I'm leaving a few blank spots to fill in later because I am setting this up towards the end of July before I leave out on my trip, and I'm probably not going to touch it until I get back, but then I'm happy to have all of this already set up so that I can just dive into crafting when I return. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And as always, I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.